significant divisional matchups. This rivalry's been great. I always say it's fitting that the colors are black and yellow and purple because that's the color of a bruise. Ryan Clark, you lived it, man. These physical teams see the old man run for a touchdown for the first time in a while.
Even Coach T with the discount double check.
Why wouldn't you? It's 27-22, and is this a touchdown?
Yes.
Well, they said it was. Isaiah Likely's got it. They say that third step, it's got to be an act common to football, whatever the hell that means. Baltimore's still trying to figure out what it means. Now on 4th and 5. I wonder, is he looking for Nuke in the back of the end zone? And, is it going to get there? Mark Andrews tries to squeeze it, and that is a victory for Coach T and for Pittsburgh. And
Can you ask who's here, though? Is it Stephen A. Smith or is it Stevie A? Stevie A is the very positive analyst.
Let's find out. Is it Stevie A?
It's Stephen A. It's Stephen A.
Oh.
It's Stephen A. It has to be.
Stephen, I said last week on the show, I have a blind spot for Mike Tomlin.
Yes.
We
all do.
He's the greatest orator in sports, and he's a guy of substance who's been there longer than any other coach in the National Football League. However, I'm not deaf, and I heard Pittsburgh scream fire Tomlin. I get that he's been there for a while. This week was significant. What do you make of the result?
First of all, listen, if anybody has a right to say those things, it's Steeler Nation. It's their fan base. They're with them. They ride and die with them no matter what. They've been there, and they know they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. That's the reality of the situation. We saw Pittsburgh Steelers rise to the occasion, which is typical of a Mike Tomlin team. When you count them out, when the odds are stacked against them, that's when they rise up in the regular season. And here's the problem. I'm sitting there yesterday as a Steelers fan, and I'm upset. And I'm upset that Ryan Clark is not upset, okay? And here's the reason why. Because winning this game likely puts them in a position to win the division. But did you see a team that had 8 yards of total offense in the fourth quarter? Is that going to win you a playoff game? No, which means what has been going on will continue to go on. And my attitude is, when is the same old going to be enough for us? Respectfully, Mike Tomlin, great man, great coach. You understand? We'll have another job in a heartbeat and we'll deserve it. Aaron Rodgers, great career, Hall of Fame. Not what he used to be, but he's no scrub. I'm looking at T.J. Watt. Good to see him show up yesterday. We know he's had some struggles this season. Right. But in the end, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, we saw absolutely nothing that tells us they're going to win a playoff game for the first time since 2016.
This is your team. Don't be looking at me. Y'all go ahead and do this.
Well, the first thing is you're a hater, right? And we've had this conversation over and over again. You're the first man to ever be a fan of a team and be, I'm upset because they won a game. No, they won a game because they prepared. They won a game because it was a divisional rivalry, and Aaron Rodgers stepped up to the plate and made plays. DK Metcalf showed up. DK Metcalf was on freaking punt team at the end of the football game, and the defense made enough plays on third down. And I say all of that to say, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. You're going to get the same thing from this team. This team didn't play in a way that says they can win a playoff game, but what the hell else are they supposed to do but go out and try to win every single game on their schedule, not lay down, show up that week of work, and be better than you were the week before. And that's what it's about.
He can't have it both ways. Well, he can't call me a hater and say agree with me. It doesn't work.
I thought he did what you do quite well. I thought he set it up with a jab and then he landed. I thought he hit the overhand right.
It's a compliment sandwich.
That's beautifully done. That's the issue for Pittsburgh. They live in a place where they're not bad, but they're not great either. Right. And that's been the issue that I think you hear from Steeler fans. On the other hand, Swag, we have a Baltimore squad you spent some time with. I keep waiting for them, much like the Chiefs this year, to be some version of who they've been, and they're just not.
They're broken. They're broken.
Why? What is it?
The quarterback, obviously Lamar is not playing at the level. Here's the thing, too. All right. We got to think about where we come from as far as Lamar Jackson and the prism in which we hold him in regard compared to the way he's playing now. Lamar Jackson played well enough for the Ravens to still win this game, even though he's not the Lamar Jackson that we've seen be dominant. Have the back-breaking runs, the back-breaking plays, all of those things. Isaiah Likely, we all just agreed that was a touchdown. That may have been the game-winning touchdown in this football game. So, again, as much as we talk about the Baltimore Ravens, it's like the Chiefs. Something is missing. I don't know if it's the ability to make those critical plays in those critical times or if it's the dominant.
The identity. When it came to the Baltimore Ravens, you knew that religiously there was a defense that
they're still trying.
Right.
They don't have it.
Right.
They're still trying, though.
The other thing is this, too, though. Y'all
Feeling
missed
provoking.
how much Lamar Jackson was asked to do for this team.
100%.
Wide receivers didn't have to uncover by themselves because Lamar Jackson put pressure on the second level. T.J. Watt, who had 2 tackles for loss in the first quarter, can't squeeze down the line of scrimmage when Lamar Jackson was a part of the running game. He was asked to do so much, and now that either he can't or he's not, this is an average football team. This team was built up in a way where we thought they could win a Super Bowl if he was Superman.
Right.
Now that he's not being that, they are an average ball club.
An average team that held the Steelers to 8 yards total offense in the fourth quarter.
Well, they both.
I'm just saying. Somebody got to
But
say
it was too average.
Somebody got to say it.
It's too average season.
Somebody got to say it. 8 yards of total offense in the
that's
fourth
honestly-
quarter.
You ain't always got to be the one to say it.
That's honestly why I'm like, what is all the excitement about?
Yeah.
Like, you won a football game, great. But you didn't play the normal Ravens, and you are not the
Neither
normal
one of these,
Steelers.
neither one, in a wide open season, neither team has the gear to be.
I'm excited to be here with y'all tonight. I've been like this all day. Yesterday, watching the Steelers Baltimore, I was like this.
Yeah.
a hater.
But
That's the difference.
But you know
But you
what,
gotta
though,
win the ones you
SVG,
play.
honestly, think about that for you, though.
Yeah.
As much as you love football, as much as you stay tapped in, watching the Steelers and the Ravens play was destination
Yes,
because
no
of the
question.
physicality
Yes.
of the game.
No question.
That part of it is gone.
Tim Hasselbeck made a great point on SportsCenter with me Sunday night that he felt the urgency was lacking on the Baltimore side in a game where that was never the case. So there just seems to be a
100%.
limit for both of these squads. We'll continue our conversations.
The player, they just aren't clicking on all cylinders, and they need to continue to build that tonight.
Kevin Patullo has his house egged, and Nick Sirianni's like, hold on now, everybody's got to be better, starting with me. Swag, we've talked some about this. When you have constant turnover of your coaches because you get poached because you've got good ones when you're winning, how does that impact when you don't have continuity from the voices that you're getting your
It
instruction
takes a
from?
while, man. I mean, philosophically, you would love for continuity each and every year. But if that was the case,
Right.
we'd have the same teams winning every year. The talent hasn't changed. So people are going to immediately point to the offensive coordinator. And that's going to be the spot that everybody focuses on, especially with what Stephen A. mentioned. You had a 2,000-yard rusher. You had a Super Bowl MVP. You had 2 wide receivers that went over 1,000 last year. So nobody is going to look at the individual players and say that they've changed. They're going to look directly at the guy that's calling the plays. And I'll talk about this throughout the season, man. Sometimes having a lot of talent is hard for an offensive coordinator coming in the first time. You not only want to keep everybody happy, but you also want to have an offense where you can be expandable enough for everybody to contribute what they expect to contribute. I think you kind of fight that a little bit. And it was interesting hearing you talk to Nick Sirianni about how he got himself involved with an understanding of what's been going on and successful because he's been the head coach.
There's something I want to say to both of y'all. He knows this. I'm going to say this to both of y'all. I worked in Philadelphia for 17 years for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Let me tell you something right now. Of course, people have to be a lot better. You don't egg somebody's house. You don't act like that. There's no excuse for any kind of behavior like that. I'm telling you right now, Philadelphia fans are looking at it and saying, we didn't touch him. We didn't do anything wrong. That he's an offensive coordinator. There's no excuse. They're wrong. They're wrong. Let me be very clear. They don't know that. And the reason they don't know that, their mentality is this. That this team is the same team we had last year, with the exception of you, the offensive coordinator. That's how they're looking at it. And so somehow, some way, Sirianni was absolutely right, telling them all to calm down. We got to be better than that, no question. And you know what Philadelphia Eagles fans are saying? You're absolutely right. We do have to be better, but so do you. That's what they're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles and saying it right now. In other words, be all you can be. Just like you were last year. You might not win the Super Bowl, but there's no excuse to be looking this way. They're not going to let you get complacent. They're not going to let you get lackadaisical. They're going to remind you there's a standard you said you gave us that you met, and they want you to do it again. That's Philadelphia. And right or wrong, that's Philadelphia.
Understood, and I think momentum, there's people that discount that. I wonder how much do you fight the momentum of the backslide? Because what happened, like losing the lead against Dallas is one thing. We've seen weird halves, but to get bullied on your home field by Chicago, that was eye-opening to me. I'm just curious if you were